Okay, I hope you all can see my screen now. I'm going to quickly go over our program for tonight. We're going to quickly introduce everybody who is on the Peace Sisters team. And then we're going to watch a short video that shows you some of the girls who benefit from our program and Tina talking about how she got started and everything. Then we're going to have a chance. I'm going to introduce Tina, and she's going to tell us some more about the work that she does and how she got started. And then we're going to pass it over to Kathleen Hanna, our ambassador, who's going to tell us how she got involved and how she got started with Tees for Togo. And then we have a short presentation that our secretary, Jennifer, is going to do. And Tina may add on a little bit. And then please wait till the end because we are going to be giving away a Tees for Togo t-shirt tonight. So you got to wait to the end to get your chance at it. Some quick announcements before we get started. The chat, please be using it the whole time. If you have any questions, that's the place to put your questions so that we can read through them. And then at the end, we'll give you guys a chance to ask about all of the wonderful work that Peace Sisters is doing. I also wanted to let you know that there are 3 people who have been tremendous supporters of Peace Sisters over the last, I think we became a legally recognized nonprofit about 6 years ago. And there are 3 different parties tonight who have been donating since day one. And the amount of money that, they wanted to present a challenge to everybody here tonight. One person is offered to match up to $1,000 tonight. Another couple has offered $2,000 as a match. And another individual contacted me today to say, hey, I also want to match some donations tonight. So I'm really excited. This is the biggest matching grant we've ever had at one of our Zoom events. And so we're challenging everybody. We want to raise $5,000 tonight because for us, that'll mean $10,000. And that will go so far in Togo. You may have heard we just turned on a video recording. So I just wanted to give you the heads up that will be going on tonight. But don't worry, it only records the person who's talking. So if you don't want to show up in the video, just don't talk. And if you stay on mute, you definitely won't show up on the video. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody on our board introduce themselves. Just a quick introduction of what your name is, maybe where you're coming from and what your title is on the board. So Tina, do you want to go ahead and start? Tina, you're muted.
Thank you, Lara. My name is Tina Kempor. I'm a nurse in Pasadena, California. I'm a Peace Sister and Peace Girl founder. Thank you.
Fiona, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, I'm Fiona Burgos. I am the board chair for Peace Sisters and very honored to have been a part of this organization for a few years now and love supporting this cause. Thank you.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Jennifer Kennedy. I'm secretary of Peace Sisters. I was a Peace Corps volunteer with a few of the other board members and have known Tina over 20 years now. I'm just grateful to see all of you tonight. Melissa, do you want to go next?
Yep. I'm Melissa Gordy. I live in Wisconsin. I'm an accountant. I'm the financial compliance officer, and I've been with Peace Sisters for a few years, and I'm excited to have everybody here to learn more about what we do. Elizabeth?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Eisenberg, and I'm the treasurer of the Peace Sisters board, and I've been serving on the board for the last, I think, around 4 years. And I think we have Deirdre, our newest member. Do you want to go next?
Hi all, Deirdre from Oakland, California. I just joined the board this fall and I'm a longtime fan of both Tina and Peace Sisters and very excited to have an opportunity to more formally support the organization. Is there anyone else left to introduce?
Hi, I'm Kathleen Hanna and
Kathleen.
I'm ambassador, which is not an official board member, though I am allowed to go to board meetings. I don't get to vote. But I still enjoy the meetings. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And I'm Laura Eldridge Schott. I'm the executive director. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put on our short video so that you can see a little bit more about our work in Togo.
J'ai commencé avec Portugaise en 5e et j'ai perdu mon père là-bas. À travers Portugaise, Togo, j'ai continué mes études et aujourd'hui je suis en classe de 3e. Maman se débrouille avec la boisson pour nous nourrir. Et certaines fois, elle va au marché, ça ne finit pas. Certaines fois, ça finit, mais elle ne ramène pas de bénéfices pour nous nourrir. C'est un peu difficile de vivre.
Certaines filles, quand vous écoutez leur histoire, elles n'ont même pas à manger pour venir à l'école. Certaines filles n'ont pas la chance d'avoir le petit déjeuner avant d'aller s'asseoir sur les bancs.
Je n'étais pas fière d'aller à l'école parce que tu vas, on te renvoie à cause de l'écolage. Les cahiers ne te suffisent pas. Pour apprendre même, c'est difficile pour toi d'apprendre.
Chaque fois quand la fille venait, elle venait avec une de ses camarades. Donc, jusqu'à ce que je ne quitte le Togo, elles étaient 6, je pense, que je payais l'écolage.
Moi, je ne sais pas comment expliquer, mais j'étais au fond contente vu la situation de ma maman. Comment elle s'est débrouillée à acheter mes fournitures, à payer mon écolage et tout. Et j'ai eu une autre maman qui m'a aussi aidée. J'étais tellement contente pour ça.
Avant là, il n'y avait même pas les cahiers, on ne donnait même pas les cahiers. Ma tante se débrouille pour payer les cahiers un jusqu'à ça va finir. Je vois que maintenant c'est bon, on nous donne les cahiers et tout. Quand je suis venue pour faire un cursus, on m'a dit qu'il y a la couture aussi. J'ai dit, comme dedans, je vais gagner un peu de job, il faut que je vais aller là-bas.
En 5 ans d'existence, depuis que le projet est né officiellement, le projet existait, ça fait 20 ans, je pense. Et pendant les 5 ans-là, nous avons eu beaucoup de succès. D'abord, 220 filles que je prenais soin seule, elles sont devenues 478. Voilà, on dit souvent l'union fait la force, c'est ça.
So that's our new video. And this is the first time we've screened it. So thank you all for watching. We're all super excited to have this footage. Actually, it's Tina's niece, Esther Kampor, who last year was able to go around interviewing a lot of the girls in our program. And we're so glad to have all of those, their beautiful words. And we have a lot more footage that she filmed for us. So we'll be releasing more videos over the course of the next year. Hopefully on social media, you'll be seeing it. So I want to take this moment now to take a few minutes to kind of set the stage for our founder, Tina, who's going to speak more, I want to tell you all a little bit about why she is such a special person and really one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. I, along with a couple of people on this board, met Tina while we were serving as Peace Corps volunteers in Togo over 20 years ago. And I think the very first time that I met Tina, I was working, the project that I was working on with Peace Corps was called Girls Education and Empowerment. And I lived in a small village outside of Dapong, and Dapong was the town that Tina lived in. And we were doing a program called Take Your Daughters to Work. And so I think I brought 5 girls from my village, and volunteers from other villages brought 5 girls from their villages. And we brought them on a tour of Dapong so that they could meet very successful women near in the regional capital, and to see themselves like this is a possibility for what I could do with my future. And I brought the girls from my village to Dapong and brought them into Tina's business. And at the time, Tina was both a teacher and she was also a seamstress, and she ran a very successful sewing business where people would come in, and the fashion in Togo moves very quickly and everybody always wants to have the most current fashion. And Tina's business was always on top of the fashion. It was really remarkable. And the thing that really struck me when I first met Tina, because I had been to a lot of seamstresses, I'd lived there for a few months and had a few outfits made. And always when I went into a seamstress's business, the seamstress would have 1 or 2 apprentices who were learning the trade. The seamstress would teach them how to sew, how to run the business. And that was the normal way that those businesses were run. But when I walked into Tina's business, I was immediately blown away because she didn't have 1 or 2 apprentices. She had, I think, 9 or 10. And I was so impressed because this came to be, the way I saw Tina. She was somebody who, if the average person did something once, Tina did it 3 times more. And not only did she do more of it, but she did it thoughtfully and better than most people would do something. I want to share one other anecdote from about 10 years later. I was living again in West Africa. This time I was living in Liberia, and I was working for the United Nations for the World Food Program. And I was a project manager, working mostly with women farmers, helping them to work as cooperatives, to access markets. And I was running a Cash for Work program. And living in Liberia, it's not right next to Togo, but it's also West Africa. So it's not far. It's a couple hours flight away. And I managed to get back to Togo, and somehow Tina found out that I was going to be visiting Dapong. And she reached out to me and said, "Oh, Laura, when you're in Dapong, will you please just stop by my house? I have a little bit of money that I want you to bring to some schools. I want you to pay the school fees for a few girls." And I thought nothing of it. I was going to be in Dapong for a few days. And I said, "Sure, Tina, no problem." And I got to her family's house in Dapong, and I was handed a list of girls and an envelope. And I expected to see on the list, maybe 10 girls that Tina was sending money over for to pay their school fees. But I opened up the list and looked at it, and there was over 100 names on this list. And it was so impressive because every single girl on that list, they were not related to Tina. They were girls that had been recommended to her because she had been a teacher in Togo. They had been recommended to her as girls who could not afford to go to school and needed some help. And Tina was living in California at the time. She had already moved to the States, working as a nurse, trying to save her money as best she could. And even with the struggle of moving to a new country and pursuing a new career, she was still finding the ability to send money back to Togo to support girls who were in need, who would drop out of school if she weren't helping them. And I was so impressed because, like I said, at the time, I'd been working at the United Nations. I'd been working on programs that had $1 million budgets, doing these Cash for Work programs. I was used to looking at lists of names of small payments that needed to be made. And I knew exactly what the best practices were and exactly how it should be organized. And so I was struck immediately looking at the list Tina had made, the work she had done to organize these payments, these small payments for girls to go to school. I was astounded. I said, the work Tina's doing is so impactful and so impressive and so organized. And here I am working with $1 million budget. And I would say Tina easily was having as much or more impact with this small budget program that she was doing. And right there, looking at this list, I immediately said to myself, I want to donate to this. This is amazing what she's doing. And off the top of my head, I could think of 10 other people who I knew also would want to donate if they only knew about this program. And the thing is Tina wasn't telling people what she was doing. The way Tina operates, she's so humble and she just does things out of the goodness of her own heart. And I was just lucky. I happened to be in Togo. She asked me to do her a favor to make sure that these girls' school fees were paid. And I never would have found out about it if I didn't just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And honestly, I just felt so grateful at that moment. I said, this is something that should scale up. It's going to be amazing. I knew that I wanted to put energy into helping this grow and hopefully turn it into a bigger nonprofit. So that's just my little 2 cents about why I got involved and why I think Tina is such an impressive person. And I'm not going to speak anymore. I'm going to hand it over to Tina. So Tina, can you tell us a little bit more about why you got started and what the work means?
Thank you, Lara. Thank you for pulling me up. That's right. Everything you say that's pretty much right. I started because one word, poverty, women and poverty. And I observe, saw my own mother, women in Togo struggle a lot. And really what got me really started is being a school teacher and seeing girls were sent home because of the tuition. How much? $5 tuition, $6 tuition. But for us here, it's not much. But in Togo, you have a choice. If you have 2, 3, 5, you have a choice to pick one to be able to pay that $5. So that's something that really, really stayed with me. I wasn't happy about it, but I didn't have much to do. But with the blessing, I got a blessing to be able to be in the United States and also being surrounded with host family and friends, and that got the numbers going up. So we are able to support more girls. So really, I don't have much to say right now. I'm lucky and I'm blessed to be able to be here and to be able to continue. Even though I started in the video, it started with a 1, 2, 3, and by the time I was leaving there were approximately 6, but today we're in hundreds. We're going close to 500 now. But I wouldn't do it with all of you. Really, the big credit, it's you, the board members, and you, the donors. We have our Thanksgiving in Togo. That was 2 weeks ago. And I asked the girls, I was on the phone with a few girls, and their role is to tell me what are they thankful for. And more than half of the girls are saying they're thankful to me. But no, I don't think so. I think what they really meant is they're thankful to you guys, because I wouldn't be able to reach that number. There's no way. How much am I making as a nurse in Pasadena to put that number 400 plus? There's no way. But what they really, the girls really mean is they're thankful to you. And I'm personally thankful to you guys. And I wouldn't stress enough our ambassador. I think she will talk pretty soon. And there's no way not having her, we will be where we are today. So hopefully I'll come back again, but that's all I have for now. Thank you.
And that was a perfect segue. Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing. But we are going to move it, give the floor to Kathleen, and she can tell us more about how she got involved in doing Teas for Togo.
Don't give me too much credit, Tina. I am actually in my office, but the lights are not on because it's fluorescent. So I would be like glowing green right now if I had them on. So excuse the, darkness behind me and my face right up here so you can see me. I got involved with Peace Sisters 4 years ago. Actually, it was more like 5 years ago when I went and with my family, we live in Pasadena, and we went to a shop, and Tina was giving a presentation and just talking about girls in education and how, without education, you can't get a job. And then young girls are ending up going into marriages that they don't want and ending up stuck in relationships or in situations they don't want to be in because they don't have the ability to get work, to get their own place, to get out of situations that they need to get out of. And then she was just like, it's $40. $40 will send a young woman to school for a year, including books, including, possibly a solar lamp and all these different things. She hadn't just thought of, oh, we'll just pay the tuition. She was also thinking, well, how are they going to study if they don't have electricity? How are we going to make that happen? What about girls who have to go home when they're on their periods because they don't have menstrual pads? So all of these things she was already thinking about. And when I got involved, I was like, well, how can I plug in to this organization that's already here? Because Melissa and Fiona and all the great board members that are here today were already doing this stuff. They'd set up this great infrastructure. Yeah, it just started with one person giving, but Tina started a nonprofit and built a board that is accountable for every single dollar that comes in. And she stays on top of every single dollar that comes in and is very, very frugal, which was something that also made me really excited about being involved, because this isn't an organization that has like people who are getting paid $100,000 a year. And in name only, and it's just about tax write-offs or anything like this. This is about getting the money on the ground. There's a Peace Girls, which is Peace Sisters in Togo on the ground, that's being run by people who live there, so that it's not, me as an outsider, lady in Pasadena who's deciding what's happening. It's people who are actually living there who are saying, what we need? We need maxi pads. What we need? We need solar lights. What we need? The young women need access to a computer. And Tina's hearing these things, and then we're all talking about them. And what I did was I started a t-shirt company, because I'm in, right now I'm in 2 active bands at the same time, which is pretty bananas since I'm over 50, but I'm still doing it. I'm in a band called Le Tigre and a band called Bikini Kill. And when not touring, I am calling and writing people and saying, can I make a t-shirt? Like, this is a t-shirt from my company. This is one of my favorite all-time rappers, Chuck D from Public Enemy. And the art is by my friend, Adi Roberson. And the photo is by a photographer named Jeanette Beckman. So it was actually a 3-way collaboration between Chuck, Adi, and Jeanette. And they all donated their work. None of the stuff that I put on t-shirts is like I'm just going to draw a picture of someone and not ask them, or I'm just going to take an artist's work off the internet and not pay them or not have their permission. I would never, ever do that. Everything we do is trying to be completely in line with how ethical Tina is, because I want to do Peace Sisters proud. But so I started this t-shirt company, and the basic premise was $40 to send a young woman to school for a year, $40 for a shirt. And it's been working really well. And I just started selling these t-shirts, sweaters, sorry. I'm probably not gonna get them in for another week, but I'm expanding. And I don't know how much money that I've donated to Peace Sisters from Tees for Togo. I'd have to look that up. But it's a lot. I've sold a lot of shirts. A lot of people on here, thank you so much for buying the shirts, because all of the money goes, I don't get paid. I have one person on my staff, which does social media and stuff when I'm on tour, Leslie Martinez, who I wish could be here tonight. But anyways, all the money goes directly to Peace Sisters and Peace Girls in Togo. So I just want you all to know that, and that I have, as someone with a little bit of notoriety or whatever, it's been really healthy and kind of healing for me, especially as a woman who has dealt with, sexism in the public eye and stuff like that, to be able to not be like freaked out to do interviews, but excited to do them because I get to talk about Peace Sisters, and to use my notoriety to do something that I really believe in, which is, I think that all young women should have educations, should have the right to have educations. And also, another thing I wanted to bring up before, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much. One of the things that's really amazing about Tina is, some girls, high school isn't their jam. College isn't their jam. It's just not what they want to do. And a lot of organizations would be like, oh, well, this is our mandate. Our mandate is, education, that's it. But when a girl drops out of the program, Tina tries to find out why. What's going on? How can we help you? How can we reach out to you? How can we expand the program to include you if this isn't something that you want to do? And that's where apprenticeships come in. That's where, the computer lab comes in, so that women can learn to work independently and get maybe freelance jobs. And the computer lab is a new thing that I don't know if we're going to talk about later. Okay, it's going to be talked about. But yeah, there's a computer lab, and I'm just really psyched about the computer lab. I'll tell you why later, but thank you all so much for coming, and for everybody who has bought a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a sweater, or anything, or who wants to buy a gift for someone else. It's like, I hate being the win-win person, like it's a win-win situation, but it is kind of a win-win, because you're getting a cool shirt that will last a really long time. They're 100% cotton, super nice. But you're also giving a gift to somebody else. You're maybe giving a gift to yourself, or giving a gift to a friend, buying your mom that John Waters sweatshirt she wants so bad. But you're also giving a gift to someone you don't know, thousands and thousands of miles away. And it's actually not really a gift. It's just giving someone something that they already deserve that they're not getting. But so thank you so much for everyone supporting Tees for Togo, and I will hand it off back to Lara.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. I'm going to actually hand it off also to Jennifer. She's going to share her screen and do a little presentation, and we will talk about the computer lab. So
Thank you so much, Kathleen, for just all the amazing work you're doing, and just that really great synopsis of what Peace Sisters does and the impact that Tees for Togo makes. It truly does make a huge impact, and could not be more grateful for your commitment to us. Everybody can see my screen. Okay, this is just a little update on the Peace Sisters annual report. If you are on our donor list, you should have been able to see some emails about this, and also I believe it's been out on our social media. But just to give you a run through of what's been happening in the past year. We've seen excellent growth in our 5th year. It's hard to believe that we've been formally a nonprofit for 5 years. Time has flown by, but as Kathleen was talking about, we've been able to provide money for not just the school fees and learning materials, but all the other things that you need for support to be able to get to succeed in school, including your solar lamps, your uniforms. We have a computer lab to teach the girls about how to use a computer and computer sciences, your menstrual supplies, and also we're providing the girls basic health insurance that not quite the same as it is here in the United States, but if they have a health issue or emergency, they can go to a doctor in Dapong. This year, we've had over 400 girls supported with school fee payments and school supplies. But beyond that, we had 31 students study at higher education level. This would be either university or, as Kathleen pointed out, some of our girls are looking for something beyond university. So we support them with trade schools, which include, for me as a construction attorney, I'm very excited. We have girls in construction. We also have the 15 girls in apprenticeships, which includes sewing and hairdressing. That may, for us in the United States, seem odd, but those are real jobs in Togo. Girl, you can make a living and support yourself if you have these trade skills as either a seamstress or a hairdresser. This year, we were able to provide 50 girls lamps, and I think it's important to understand that the impact goes beyond the one girl who receives a lamp. That lamp is going to be available not just for herself, but her family and also other students who need to study at night. So one lamp in one home goes much further than just one girl. We also were excited to be able to provide 105 girls new uniforms this year. Unlike most public schools in the United States, in schools at Togo, you need to be able to wear a school uniform. A lot of the girls don't have the money, and their family don't have the supplies to be able to provide them. The nice thing is that the uniforms will get reused. So if they're in good shape and they can be donated to another one of our students, that they will. So they will continue to have a life. And then very exciting, we have 450 girls invited over this summer break to start learning basic computer literacy skills to be able to pursue higher education. What's really exciting is that Tina and I are going to Togo in January for a trip, and we are going to be taking 5 new laptops that have been donated, along with already the 5 computers and accessories that have been partially funded by a grant from Friends of Togo. Thanks to Friends of Togo, very much a huge shout out to them for the work that they've done and get this computer lab started. What's so exciting is we'll have girls out the door waiting in line to be able to get into the computer lab. This is exciting for us, not only to be able to provide them those basic skill sets, but it's an opportunity to use that time to provide more support to the girls, to hear from them, talk with them, be able to spend that time with them instead of just the school fees. So this is very exciting, huge step in the education of girls. Again, menstrual supplies in Togo. Unfortunately, if you're having your period, you're not able to go to school, which leads to absenteeism and causes issues for the girls. If you're out for a week of school because of your period, think of everything you're missing. It's not like the United States where if you're homesick, you have the opportunity to work online, you really truly miss a week there. So this is incredibly important work that being able to provide these supplies. And then again, a quick note on the health insurance. This is basic health insurance that allows the girls to visit urgent care clinics and wellness visits. You know, we don't have school nurses like we do in the United States. This makes sure that our girls are healthy and able to keep going to school and get the most of their education. We saw a really great success rate, despite the fact that we have all been battling the pandemic. We had an increase to 82% from 66 from the previous year for success, and then 25 seniors passed the Trinity SPOC 2 exam to graduate from high school. Again, COVID was a major disruption for students, but this is just tell us about the commitment of our girls, that they take seriously what they're getting and making sure that they're taking it seriously and getting to school and being successful. In February, in partnership with the Togolese Ministry of Education, we launched a pilot tutoring program to provide extra learning opportunities for the girls enrolled in 3 grades to make sure that they're able to pass those exams to move to the next level. This is another further thing of supporting girls outside just the basic school tuition, but we want them to succeed in school and move on, and we're able to provide this support with tutoring. (2021, 2022, amazing year, but what are we doing coming up in 2023? We have 55 girls eligible to pursue university or trade school, and we're focusing on having local university professors meet with the girls and provide consulting to them, to talk to them about, you know, what to expect with higher education, and what is it like to go to university, and what are the expectations for you. This is very important for a lot of girls. This will be the first person in their family to go to university. If you can imagine how scary it was for you to move away from your family and go to school, it's the same there. So we're working to find that additional support and guidance for the girls. Also want to give a huge shout out to the U.S. Embassy in Togo, where they provided us a grant that's allowing us to expand our tutoring program to span most of the school year. So our girls are really going to be able to see that continued support through 2023 to help them with their exams. And finally, Tina I'm very lucky. I'm going to be partnering Tina to go to Togo. We're going to be meeting with our Peace Girls Board in West Africa. Huge shout out to them as well, and thank you so much for their support. These are our counter people. I'm sorry, I can't remember the correct term right now, but our colleagues in Togo, West Africa, who are doing the same thing that the board does here. They're volunteering their time, their experience, to support these girls and make sure that the money that you're providing is going to them and getting to them for their schooling and their other needs. So we'll be meeting with them, and then we'll also be going to visit with the girls. They have the girls volunteer and do volunteer activities, so we'll be meeting with them there, and then we'll also be traveling to the different schools to meet with the girls. Again, thank you so much for your continued support. It's so exciting to think of where we've been in 5 years and where we're going in the future. And thank you again, Kathleen, for your constant support, and the Tees for Togo, which I'm very excited as a frozen Midwesterner has more than t-shirts now, and cannot wait to be warm in my my new sweatshirt. Thank you. Laura?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. And Tina, I wanted to give the floor to you if you want to tell us, comment on anything from the presentation or tell us more about the impact. I know the computer lab has been a really big thing this year. The computer lab and the tutoring have been our really big things this year, I think. So Tina, if you want to tell us some more about what you're hearing from people in Togo and what their impression is of the work that's going on.
Well, thank you, Lara. The impact is big. It's not small. You know, at the beginning, I was helping the girls thinking, well, they would be able to go by and learn some skill. But I cannot believe we have almost 60 girls at higher education, at university. I didn't know they have that capacity to learn in school all the way to university. So helping them is a little bit their freedom in the future. They will gain the financial freedom. And when women have a financial freedom, it's not just for her, it's for the whole family. So it will spread out. Whatever they're gonna gain, it will spread out. So I just wanna, again, emphasize thanking all of you. The board member, our executive director who's working very hard, and we have a new board member who's joining us, very welcome. This is a family. I'm so happy for you to join us in the board. And the whole community of Pasadena, and I saw the list. I was doing the Christmas card and I saw the list, the states. We're all over now. We're not just in Pasadena, we're not just in California, we're everywhere. So I just want to take that opportunity to thank all of you. I don't think I'm saying it enough. Even this morning, I came back from work yesterday, I got my mail and I opened a card, I opened an envelope, and one envelope said Nancy, and Mrs. Nancy sent us a check. And Nancy is just a local friend of mine, took care of the husband, and I just cry every time I see things like that. And another envelope we got was Jennifer's mother. It just make me cry because just one person came to United States and look at what happened. Look at what happened. I wish 2, 3, 4 will have the same luck I have, and that will really spread things out. So I'm gonna leave it there. Time is going by. And again, Kathleen, thank you. Balbonchien, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you. Fiona, thank you. Thank you, Fiona. You know really what I meant by saying thank you. Happy holiday. Please be safe and enjoy your family.
Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you to you, really, because you're the person who's inspired all of us to want to work. It's a lot of work, it's hard work, but it's work that makes you feel really good, that you know something good is coming out of it. And thank you, Tina, for introducing us to this work and letting us be part of it. Fiona, I want to go ahead and pass it to you, and go ahead.
Yes. So thank you all so much for being here. It means so much to us that every year, I know everyone's sort of zoomed out after 3 years of pandemic, and yet here you are anyway. So thank you to everybody that showed up. We really appreciate it. Makes us feel so supported. And it really, yeah, this is the plug now for like, please donate if you haven't already this year. We have these matching donations tonight. We're really hoping to get the full match out of that. If we can raise 5,000 tonight, we'd be really thrilled because it would turn into 10,000. And I really just want to make a plug, like whenever I have a little extra money to donate, I love to send it to Peace Sisters, because it just, every dollar goes so far. $40 gives a girl a life-changing education. $1,000 a year gives a young woman a life-changing college education. And Tina is just so thoughtful about the field visits and seeing what other needs can we meet, and where are the gaps, where are girls falling between the cracks, why isn't education succeeding? Let's add the tutoring, let's add the menstrual pads, like let's add things that are barriers to education. So I just feel like it's being so usefully used. Every dollar that I donate, I feel really good about. So I'm going to make the plug to donate. I'm putting the link there in the chat to donate, but I'm also going to share my screen and walk people through it. So let me see. Oh, technology. Let's see, make this bigger and then share my screen. Okay, here we go. And so there we are on the peacesisters.org. Should be coming up now. Peacesisters.org website. So if you go to this website, this is just peacesisters.org, but if you click on the donate link, the link I put in the chat just sends you right here to take action. And then you just kind of scroll down, and there's a lovely list there, just kind of to remind you of like just $40 helps a girl go to school for the year. $50 buys one of those solar study lamps. Togo's right in the tropics, and so the sun sets right around 6 and it gets real dark real quick. And girls, because of gender roles, always have to help their brothers with chores. And so they're often not done till around 6, and then it's turning dark, and the boys have been allowed to study from 3 to 6, and the girls are still running around doing their chores, and then there's no more time to study because it's dark. But if they have a solar lamp, then they can study from 6 to 8 or something, and then all of a sudden that makes a big difference in successfully completing their education. And then so all down this wonderful list of all the many ways that that your donations really are life-changing, literally. And then you can pick, if you choose the PayPal Giving Fund, they don't take a percentage out for PayPal, so we get 100% of your donation. So we love that link for that reason. On the flip side, the regular PayPal Donate Now link has an option to make it a monthly donation. We love that kind of thing. If it's just like, instead of $200 once, if you want to give us like $20 a month or whatever, that's lovely too. Oh no, cookies, heaven's sake. I keep saying yes, except cookies, and nobody is sending me cookies. I don't understand the problem. But anyway, so please feel free to donate. We would love to have that. We're hoping to make those matches happen tonight. So thank you in advance so much for anything you can give. It really does go a long way. Literally, even if it's $5, it's something. You really are having more of an impact thanks to the weirdness of exchange rates. Just every dollar you give goes so far to change girls' lives over in Togo, West Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. And I did want to point out, I know that for some people, we're not all in a position to donate money. And really, donations are not the only way that you can help support Peace Sisters. There's a lot of other things that can be done, to spread the word. You can follow us on social media. If you're on our mailing list and you get one of our newsletters and you know somebody who might be interested in what we're doing, please forward the message, encourage them to also join our newsletter, just to get the word out about us. And also, I wanted to point out, whenever you get a newsletter from us, you can reply to it and I will see your response. And I love it when people do that, when they say, oh, you reminded me of this thing. Like at work, we have this list of organizations you can donate to, and I noticed you're not on our list. Like, can you do that? And I've gotten so many great tips just from like random people who, out of the goodness of their heart, click reply and say, you really should be doing this too. You should apply for this grant. You should do X, Y, and Z. And it really means a lot. Like I really appreciate we all appreciate getting those messages, because we are a grassroots organization. We're a small budget, and we're doing our best to grow. We want to be a big organization, because the bigger we are, the bigger impact we can have. So I want to thank all of you for being here tonight and for sharing your wonderful ideas with us. It's really appreciated. I think right now we're going to move on. We do have a t-shirt to give away tonight. So I think that's Elizabeth, you have everybody's name. Okay, so everybody who's here tonight is going to have a shot at winning a t-shirt. And Elizabeth, you want to share your screen? There we go.
You guys able to see it?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Maggie, congratulations. Is Maggie still here?
Maggie, are
Maggie.
you still here?
What do we do if they're not here?
Oh, we might have to spin it
Then
again.
we could spin it again if they're not. I just wanted to make sure, in case she left. I'm not seeing her in the chat, so I think
I'm not seeing her
If they come
either.
back, I can always give another t-shirt away.
Okay.
You want to spin it again?
Kathleen, I'm
Spin it
not here.
again.
Kathleen, I'm not
again.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So spin it again. Ati, are you still here? Because someone else who dropped out. Oh no, Ati, I see you. I see Ati Elliott.
You're still
in the
there, looks
participant.
like.
Yeah, great. So congratulations. Can you put your contact info in a direct message in the chat for me? And then I'll make sure that you get your t-shirt.
And it can be a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a sweater, one item, anything you want, or a donation. Because also on Tees for Togo website, we have a $40 just donation where it goes straight to Peace Sisters as well. So that's another way to donate. Or we have gift certificates too, that you can give your friends for the holidays. It's a great last minute gift if you forget, because they'll just get an email that says, you know, so-and-so has gifted you a t-shirt from Tees for Togo. You can choose whatever one you want. And that's another way that you can kind of kill two birds with one stone if you're last minute holiday shopping. Man, I'm like a car salesman over here in my office. It's really bad.
We do have one other last minute gift that you can give. If you have any friends or family who are like me, who don't really like receiving a lot of objects, we do have gift donation cards. That's also an option. You can go to our website, and if you select giving a gift donation card, you just give us the person's address, and then we can send them a card saying that, you know, whatever amount of money has been donated in their honor for the holiday. So that's also a little plug for a last minute holiday gift. So I think that brings us to the end of what we've planned for tonight. So we can look at the chat and see if there are any questions that people wanted to ask.
Yep. So we did have one question regarding if you do you have to donate through PayPal? So we can accept donations by check or credit card on our website. Also, if you use your credit card, you can use your credit card on PayPal without signing up. You can be like a guest and get it processed that way.
It is also possible to donate through our Facebook page, and they don't take any credit card fees, so we get 100% of your donation. If you donate through either Facebook or Instagram, we will get all of the money. So that's also a good way to donate to us.
I was also going to say, everybody has to donate, Fiona. I mean, who could turn down Santa's little helper? Look at that face.
Well, thank you all for coming tonight. I think that's all of the questions I'm seeing in the chat. And I just want to give one last, shout out to some of the people, some of the organizations that have given us grants this year, because it's really helped us to grow, kind of reaching a next level this year, which has been super exciting. Friends of Togo, US Embassy in Togo. And also I want to say thank you one more time to the Sure Shot fan group that did a big gala fundraiser for us back in July, raised over $5,000 for us at that one event, and also did another fundraiser for us in the fall on social media. And it's super appreciated. We love you guys. I think a few of you are here tonight and we really appreciate you helping out. So I think that's all. Thank you all for coming, and hopefully we'll see you again next year and on social media.
Thank
Happy
you,
holidays,
everybody.
everybody.
Happy holidays. Be safe.
Happy holidays.
Bye. Happy holidays.